Okay, sorry guys. Anyways, today is, what I'm doing today is introducing some stones that you guys have not yet seen. Also, introducing, let's see, a little bit better. I'm trying to keep my horrible looking back window out of the picture because I try to keep the cats out of it, so I kind of have an interesting setup back there. Anyways, I wanted to show you my goodies that I got from Sandalwood and Sage today and go over a few crystals and stones. Also introducing a new video series I'm going to do, and I'm going to do the zodiac signs and their ruling elements and crystals and stones and things that are most powerful for those zodiac signs. So I thought that would be a fun series to work on, and it'll kind of help it sharpen my skills too. And I use a lot of crystals in my healing and in my work. I use a lot of tinctures and things. I've recently been going through some health issues myself and went in there for some particular items, and I'm going to show you one of those today. One of the fun things that I got, and it's going to be a video on its own, is the Siete Chakras incense collection, and it's a really neat. It's made by Hem, which is the only incense I use. It's Hem, H-E-M, and it comes with all of these. There's 7 of them there, and I'm gonna go through, read about it. This is new to me. I haven't done one of these before. I use a lot of these in my healing, but I've never bought the set like this before. So look forward to that video. I'm going to kind of do a little bit more research on it, and use it, because a lot of my incense I use in my healing sessions, and I always use incense in all my sessions. It just kind of depends. Each session is dependent on that person and what they're needing. Lemongrass was another one I wanted to show everybody. That one is a really great one to burn just for clarity, mental clarity, and I also picked up a couple of my other favorites. These are usually I use. A lot of people ask me mixing Hindu and Wiccan and mixing things like that. Okay, I've already told everybody I'm one of those people that I don't really label myself. I use a variety of practices, a large variety of practices, and I've got here the sun and the moon. These are made by Hem, and they're used during rituals, and so those are also future videos to look forward to, where those will be coming into place. But I use those in healing sessions also. These are some stones that I already had that I bought extras of, because either I've given mine away or used them in a healing session and given them to that person, or they've purchased them for me, or I've given them one of them called to one of my children, or various reasons. And one thing I love about Sandalwood and Sage, my local metaphysical shop, is that they keep a large variety of quartzes, mineral stones. They keep a large variety of them at an affordable price, and I can afford to do that. I can afford to give them away. I can afford to include them in my sessions. And those are things that I enjoy doing whenever I whenever I have sessions with people, healing sessions and spiritual sessions. any type of stones or crystals I use with them that I feel that they need to carry on, I give those to them. And I'm very fortunate that I have a local retailer that I can go in and find these stones and get them at a reasonable price so that I can share them with people. This first one is a must-have for everybody, is citrine. And it's a beautiful little stone. It's a quartz. It's a success stone. A lot of people have those just, for success. It's mainly used for like personal power. A lot of psychics use it for personal power. Wiccans use it to increase power. And you guys can comment on other reasons why you guys use it, so that, for our YouTube viewers also. And I like to hear what people use their crystals for too. Howlite, this one's a fun one. I really like this one. It looks like a little marble piece, but it's actually in kind of like the jade family. They can dye it to look like jade, but it's white and it's kind of got some black marble through it. And this one, it's it's used by psychics for wisdom. And a lot of times I will give this to somebody that is spiritually in tune, that's having problems connecting and figuring out where they belong and how to gain that inner strength. And this is it's believed that if you wear it, psychics gain wisdom. So it's also good just for, as just a wisdom stone. It's a fun stone. It's also calming, and in my healing I use it for people that experience a lot of chronic pain, and it's good for that also. Insomnia, it helps along with insomnia. It's one that goes along good with your pink quartz for insomnia. The next one is jade. Jade is a must-have. Everybody should have jade, I feel like. And believe it or not, I think it was $1 or $2 for this piece of jade. It's not that expensive. It's polished. It's beautiful. And jade has been widespread use through the Asian population and through the community for balance, prosperity. Oh, you didn't see which one it was? Let's see. This one was jade. I just did. This one is the howlite. Yeah, howlite. This is the one that was before jade. It was howlite. Yeah. And like I said, that one's worn for wisdom, for psychics and mediums. It's also kind of a protection too. It's calming. Oh, well, let's see. I'm trying to see if mine's running off of my Wi-Fi. Let me see if I'm running off my Wi-Fi. No. Okay. There we go. It's still going. Okay. And so anyways, I was on jade. Like I said, widely used in Asian population. It's believed it's a chakra, believed in balancing and calming. Peace. It signifies bonds, families. Women will wear them. Bracelets as a small child. It's symbolizes a protection. The next one, this one I give away fairly often, all the time. Fire agate. I always say it wrong. This one it's a really pretty stone. It's worn by, it's another one that's worn by spiritually inclined people. They it helps with spiritual clarity and that connection. And it's labeled the Truth Stone, and it helps people that are connected spiritually in tune to ward off some of those spirits that may tend to be show themselves as good but not. I had an experience with my middle child whenever he was very young. We had a spirit that presented itself as a good spirit to my son and ended up being a demonic spirit. And anyways, we were able to deal with it, got rid of him, over and done with. It was and those are things that seek people out. Negative energies seek people out that have natural intuition and spiritual bonds, especially if you practice positive only spirituality. If you are positive energy only, and then that really leaves you vulnerable to a lot of the dark entities that can disrupt your life. So fire agonite's great. Okay, now these are my new ones. These are the fun ones that I picked up, and my cat is laying on them. You can tell he is totally spoiled. Alright, so let's see. Castiel, hop up for a second. Thank you, sir. Okay, this first one I got, this is a fun one. Because they're new, I have to I gotta find where I put it. Okay, there it is. My little book of secrets over here. Okay, the Dalmatian Jasper. That's really pretty stone. And I got a few of them here. And it's kind of like a beige or eggshell white with black polka dots in it. And it's really beautiful, and it helps bring down those protective walls and barriers that you've put up that are maybe not so good for you, that maybe you put up that aren't necessary for you to have up. And the Dalmatian Jasper is supposed to aid and help clarifying and bringing down those walls that you don't really need anymore, that there's no longer a need for. Let's see, it's also psychics use it as to protect their psychic powers. That was one I didn't know, and I learned something new today from picking up the Dalmatian Jasper. So like I said, that's one of my new finds. My other new find is, well, it's not a new find. Bornite. I've had it before, but this one's a really pretty one. It's the peacock ore, and it's gorgeous bluish purple colors. It's absolutely beautiful, and I just love it. And here it is. It's kind of like a blue, sparkly. It's really pretty. Absolutely beautiful. Like I said, these are in their raw forms, and I feel the most energy from the raw forms. And there was one thing about the peacock ore whenever I came home and did my research on it. And whenever I seen them, I picked it up and I just immediately felt the energy, the connection to my chakra just immediately. It was like immediate. And I asked her, where does this come from? What is, tell me about this. And, she went over a few points in a book. There's a lot of really good authors that, and I can't remember off the top of my head their names, but they're really good authors on crystals and minerals and meanings and healings and things like that. And We read a little bit about it from there, and what I found on it is it was used in reducing fevers of such sort. It's also considered the stone of happiness to treat disorders of the psyche and things like that. The place I go to, it's so reasonable. All mine are under $2. So yeah, all of hers there. She's really got great prices on her stuff. This one, the peacock ore, it aids in helping you get rid of releasing what you no longer need. But it's that powerful increase in your chakra is what this one will help with. And so yeah, it's cool. I really do like this one. And you can tell there are Bornite peacock ore where they have taken I forget what it's called. It's a chemical they can spray on it and create the illusion of this peacock ore. And that one you won't get the colors like you do on this one. I mean, this one, it has all its own natural colors. It's just absolutely beautiful, and then you can still see the rough edges of the bornite, just the plain rock form of it through there. So this one's not been chemically altered. This one is a natural one from the earth. The last one I have, the next one I have here, this is one that I got for myself. Oh, let's say my connection's weak. Let me scoot over. Sorry guys, I keep saying my connection is weak. I'm trying to... I was going to try to connect to my Wi-Fi and see if that gives us a stronger connection here, guys. Okay. There we go. Okay. This next one, I got this one for myself because, like I said, I'm going through some female issues, and the female issues that I'm going through, I wanted to get some crystals and stuff to do my own type of healing for myself. And this is the one I got, and it's sulfur, and this is one you wouldn't want to keep with your other rocks and stuff. I call them my rock collection. It's because it is soft, and I can see a little piece of it's broken in there, but sulfur is an acid. It's also a truth-telling type mineral. Yeah. This one, the sulfur, I'm going to use it. Like I said, I've got some ovarian or uterine tumors and things. This one's really good for treating female problems. Sulfur is. And it also helps if you've got a hot-headed temper. It's used in healing for detoxifying and destroying. And yeah, just keep it in the baggie is what I would do until you use it. If you're using it in candle magic, if you're using it in a tincture, if you're using it in anything, any type of healing or whatever, I would keep it in your baggie until you're ready to use it. A lot of people keep it in a little small box or anything like that. And no, it's fine. It also is, and I didn't know this, I mean, I knew in the past that my mom kept sulfur, phosphorus, and things like that, and those ward off hexes and things like that put against you. So sulfur is a good one to have also. Yeah, I was a natural redhead, so yeah, I'm hot-headed too. Sulfur's probably one thing I should have been using a long time ago. And it also, what it does is, what it's believed in metaphysically is, in healing, is it takes the mind. Try to knock over my drink over here. The cat decided to move on the other side of the desk. It's by taking away that mental, emotional connection and composition away from any illness or anything that you're suffering from. That is what the sulfur is good for. And yeah, around your neck. I need to dip my body in it, but that's what it's used for, and it's Castiel. And that's one thing to take into consideration whenever you're doing spiritual healing, is that mental emotional connection to what you have that's bothering you. If you can disconnect your mental emotional feeling away from that, you can heal much faster from it, because the more, it's kind of like you wish it upon yourself, you dwell on it, and so, if you continue to dwell on it, and I believe that you can create more, you can make yourself sicker, I think. And I believe that a lot of people do make themselves sicker than what they really are by stressing themselves out, and the mental stress on it, I believe, makes themselves worse. And even like our presidents, if you go back and look at our presidents, whenever, sorry, the cat's in my face, and now I got cat hair on my face. If you look at our presidents, when they first got into presidency, how young they look, and then 4 years later, they look like they aged 10 years. Stress and, bringing upon those things cause all that. So, sulfur is believed to cut that line between the emotional connection that you have to bring upon those things on yourself. And so it's a good one to have. And I probably, like I said, needed a long time ago to ward off hexes and spells against myself. I'm just kidding. And yeah, stress does kill. Absolutely. Like I said, if you look at all of our presidents, they're either white-headed or bald by the time they leave presidency. Let's see, this last one I'm going to do, I already had some of this, but they had a different kind there today that was fun. But I got to flip back through my notes so that I find, because like I said, it's one I bought a long time ago that I've had in my collection, but they had a different kind this time. Castiel, you are not making this very easy. Sorry guys, as you can see, the cat decided he wanted his time. Okay. Now, they called this one Cornelian Eye. And it's basically cornelian, but it's the orange, but it's got little white dots in it. And it's beautiful. And everybody should have a carnelian. And this is what sparked my Castiel off of Supernatural. Oh, this is my lover boy. He's wonderful. The carnelian is what sparked my idea to do the zodiac signs, their meanings and their elements and crystals and things that for each zodiac sign. So I figured I'd do a video on each one of the zodiac signs. And the interesting thing about carnelian is one of the very first stones I ever got, because it is the element stone for Virgos. And it's a very strong, orange is very strong and symbolic in the spiritual community anyways, spiritual wise. It's a very strong color. I picked up some extra ones because I'm going to give some to my kids. They are good for motivation. Sagittarius, I'm not sure right off the top of my head. I'd have to pull out one of my other books. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on all of them. I'm going to do an individual video on each one, each zodiac sign, and what their stones and elements and things are for that zodiac sign. And the carnelian, it's a quartz, so it's also good in ceremonies and things like that. It's one that I use in spiritual healing for love, relationships, home and family, things like that. I use this one in almost all my spiritual healing. And yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting doing those. Just because, like I said, it'll further my education on getting deeper into zodiac signs and what people could use just in their everyday surroundings for themselves, and to, keep their own natural balance for their sign, if they're earth, fire, wind, whatever their element is, and things that help them individually. And it's that stone is also used by spiritual healers. I've used it in the past for couples trying to conceive a child, making tinctures with it and things like that. It's very powerful, and I really do love that stone. And or that quartz. It relieves anxiety. It's believed that if you wear them, it helps relieve anxiety. In your purifying and protecting spells, anytime you do any type of purification or protection, it's really good to use a stone in those spells, because it is a very powerful stone, and it is called the third chakra. It's directly related to your third chakra, so that's one. Your third chakra is your balancing, so it's really important, in your five senses. So I use it in treating people that have like rheumatoid arthritis, inflammation problems, things like that. People that need, the element of fire for healing. So this is a perfect one for it. It's used by almost everybody, Buddhist, people from Nepal, places like that. Also on my Facebook, I had, where's that? To my other book. I wanted to touch on a subject called sodality. Okay, sodality, Sodality. Sodality, if you look it up on Wiki or whatever you want to call it, it is something other than being a Christian organization. Okay, the Catholics picked it up and used the sodality pins and things like that, and charms. Sodality basically means any type of belief or structured organization or anything like that is under the beliefs other than Christianity. And in layman terms, if you want to just break it down, it's people that are open to all things. They're open to all races, sexes, religions, anything. Sodality, it just means that it's a word meaning that group. And the safety pin, the safety pin thing, the metaphysics shop had, it was just a little basket full of safety pins, and they have a website, and it's on it's on my Facebook page. I shared it on my Facebook page, and that's one thing, because I had a lady confront me or not confront me, but compliment me on wearing my pentagram. And she said, "You're not worried about it?" She goes, "I really can't wear mine because of work and everything." And I said, "Well, the pentagram was a Christian symbol to begin with. Christians made it, Christians are the ones that considered it pagan. So, like I said, I don't like labels, and I feel like this safety pin correlation is a wonderful cause. The safety pin represents everything, that you believe in all beliefs, that you believe in world peace, harmonizing, get everybody working together as a society and surviving. It really is important that during this time in our lives and in our nation, that all religions and everything we all quit separating ourselves and all come together. And that's why I use no specific place to put it. You can wear it anywhere, and people that wear the safety pins, all know the meaning of it. If you just have a safety pin, just pinned on your shirt somewhere or on you, you know that it means that you believe that all people, peace. You believe in that there's no difference in religions and races and sexes, and you believe that we can all coincide together and everybody be peaceful. It's a very interesting cause, and I also think it's another way that people can symbolize in their workspace and around them that they are alternative. They are not labeling themselves. They are not, labeling against other people. And exactly, it's a beautiful thing. And it's just simple. It's a safety pin, and it says, hey, I believe in everything. I believe in equality of all. I believe that everybody should have equal chances, and everybody should be able to believe what they want to and live how they want to. And, no matter what their race, gender, or sexual orientation is, or their beliefs. I mean, if you want to worship rocks, worship rocks. If you want to worship cats, worship cats. If you want to, however you want to do, that's left up to that person. That is your own inner self. And I think it's nice that there's something as simple as a safety pin that can symbolize people that believe in alternative beliefs and things than your everyday labeled organization. And so sodality, giving it a label. And oh, wonderful, thank you so much, guys. I love it when you guys share my posts. Like I said, and just anybody can I was very neat, and it's very neat. And I had to call back up to Sandalwood and Sage and ask them what the website was again, and put it on my Facebook, because this is a way that in the workplace you can show that you may not be able to wear your pentagram. I mean, you can wear your pentagram. Unless your job, says absolutely no jewelry at all, then, you can't. But your pentagram is no different than the person sitting next to you wearing a cross. So I believe that, wear your jewelry in pride, wear all your possessions in pride. Don't, hide it. And I know how it feels to hide that for so long. Living in Oklahoma in the Bible Belt, it really sucks hiding it. But I have no reason to hide it anymore, and I don't care to. And exactly, thank you. Nobody should have to hide it. And I embrace it. I love it, and I embrace other cultures into my beliefs, and they play in so well into aiding in the powers that I have, and my clarity and my motivation and all those things. It takes into play, and I love learning from other people too. And so, like I said, it's a fun thing, and I hope it catches on and I start seeing a lot more safety pins, because there are a lot of people out there that are afraid to wear, you know, something abstract and, you know, question people. A lot of people don't question a simple safety pin, but if you're a part of the correlation, then, you know what that means. So I thought that was a really great idea, and I give a thumbs up to the creators of the safety pin correlation, and I think you guys are doing a great job, and I will wear mine proudly, and I hope to get everybody else to wear them too. Kayleana, did you see the incense that I got today? Were you able to catch it? Were you able to see, Kaylee? Were you able to see the incense? Maybe I lost her. I'm going to do a video on, this is a new one I picked up today. It's the chakra incense, and I'm going to do a video, and this is one I got from Sandalwood and Sage Today, and it was $3.95, and it's for your chakra, and it comes with all the individual, it comes with all 7 of them in it, and which was really neat. But I need to, there's a couple of them in here I don't really know enough about, and I want to do a little bit more research on this. But this is, like I said, my favorite brand. I only buy the Hem brand, and I wanted to try this out because it has all 7 of them in there, and it was only $3.95. You can't beat that for all the incense that you get in there, and I can use it with my spiritual healing sessions, because there's like 5 or 6 of them in here that I do use. There's a couple that I don't really know a whole lot about, but I will be doing a video on that one, so look for that one. I want to play around with it for a little bit per se. I picked up some more sun and moon today. I use those in candle rituals and spells. I don't know if you guys use them for anything else. If you do, I like to get everybody's input. And then lemongrass is one that I love. And it's for, lemongrass is kind of like a purification, a clarity, a wellness. Trying to send me some signals like I can see. Well, I know, right? I catch myself whenever I'm watching other people's live videos trying to talk back to them and not typing it in. So, lemongrass is a fun one. It's one for mental clarity. Yeah, it's one of my top. Lemongrass, dragon's blood, amber, and sandalwood or cedarwood are my favorites. And if I run out of them, I'm going nuts trying to go get some more. But sandalwood and sage, they're really good because these little boxes, I think there's like 8 or 10 in there, and they're only $1. So I can go in there and, you know, pick up 10 different types and, you know, not spend that much. Yeah, I know. It's kind of, I was, you know, I wasn't really paying attention to who was on and how and when people came in, but I was kind of thinking you missed that first part because you always do. just putting it out there. Sorry. But that's, oh, my other goodie I got today. I can't leave this one out. Oh, it's my favorite. Okay, there's a lot of psychics or spiritual people. They have treasure boxes, tile boxes, things like that, and special boxes that they'll use. And yeah, I'm always late too. This one, it called to me when I was in the store, and I need, like, I don't know, I need help with being late myself. I tell people 3 o'clock and it's like 3:45. I'm bad. This one it's a tile box, and I got this there today, and she actually held it for me because I had stopped in there and I didn't have my debit card with me, and it was, I only had like, I had this box that was $25, and I had less than $25 on me, of course, but I didn't have my wallet with me, and so she held on to it for me because it was only one like it. But it's called a tile box, and I do a lot of traveling and with my healing, and this is a very good box for carrying around my stones and things like that. It's lined, it's felt lined, and it's just an absolutely gorgeous box. The tiles are done by the artist. I don't have my glasses on, but it's the artist that does the fairy work and stuff. So, I mean, it's well worth the price. The craftsmanship's beautiful, and they have a beautiful selection, like with wolves and things like that. And just this one just called out to me, and that's how I end up with all my things from there. They usually call out to me. I just kind of, I'll go in there with an idea of one thing that I need, or a couple things that I need, my normal incense and things like that, and something always calls to me, and I end up with a whole baggie of treasures. So that was my deal for today. Tomorrow I am going to do a video on our stones and signs, and who commented Sagittarius. Let's see. Kayliana, you said Sagittarius. Okay, you were the first one. That's Sagittarius stuck in my mind. So tomorrow I will do a video on ouch, that was my leg, cat. Cat steal. I know, that's what we need to do. Hey, we need to hook up one day and go down and go down there and go shopping. But what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, tomorrow we'll do the video on Sagittarius. Yes, I will do a video on Sagittarius, your stone, your element, incense, everything. Will cover all of your things for your sign, for your comfort zone, kind of your feng shui, just, and whenever, where are you going? Whenever when I work with somebody and have sessions with them, I go over things that are just specific for them. So this is going to be a new experience for me, because I'm going to do a specific for the entire group of just Sagittarius all together. So that's going to be my little research for tonight, and get that together. And yeah. Oh, Sagittarius are your boys? Those are your kids? Good. Boys, one of the good stones for them, where is it? Moonstones. Moonstones are good for your boys. Those will be ones that you want to just keep in their rooms. And then and I know I've said that pink quartz is good for girls, but it's good for boys too. It's good for little kids, just any little kids. Let me see. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I could think of off the top of my head on Sagittarius. And of course, any of your calcites, any of those are good too. Oh, moon, MOON, the moonstones. They're, where are mine? Let's see. Aha. This is a moonstone. It's just like it reminds me of a just a clear quartz, but just kind of white. But that's the moonstone. It's kind of almost a pearly white. So, yeah, that's what I dropped was dropped stone. That one's a good one for kids. And amber. Amber is always a good one for kids too. And we talked about that one. So, and speaking of kids, this time I gotta go pick mine up from his new job at Wally World. So, I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you very much. And Miss Gypsy, we will talk Sagittarius tomorrow. What time is going to be a good time for you?